how can we create more awareness other than tourism, where of course the more tourists that go to Portugal and are pleased with our gastronomy and the tasting of the different wines, the more people know about wines, the more they understand the quality and the variety of our wines. How can we create this awareness that we see, and we've mentioned here this Spain as an example?
I think back in the UK, we need to create touch points. And that is really what Bar Douro is for. That the purpose of Bar Douro was to make these authentic flavors and dishes and wines accessible to Londoners. I think first of all, you need to have that touch point where customers can be reminded of their holiday, but also explore new things. And of course, you've got your supply chain. So we actually import a lot of our specialist products direct. We import over 50% of our wines from independent producers across Portugal. And, we're always keeping our ear to the ground to try and introduce things that aren't available in the UK. So I think accessibility is key if we want to do this.
Can we move to a little bit accessibility? And you refer Bar Douro as an example. Obviously it is, and the more examples as such, the more we can disseminate the knowledge about Portuguese gastronomy. But COVID certainly hasn't been a moment to do that, I believe. And most of us have been in lockdown, takeaway. We either cook at home, and unfortunately, we certainly don't cook as well as Vasco cooks, or at your restaurant. So the takeaways, how have you, and the COVID situation on the restaurant scene, I would have two questions. You see restaurants opening and closing. Some are very successful. Takeaways work very well. Some people have opened, closed, reopened. How has that come along with the two of you, the current situation? And we have a question from our one of the audience asking for a potential for an aspiring restaurant, or the financial backing. How does it work in the UK? Someone that wants to open a restaurant, perhaps a chef with some history, or some international history in Portugal, that decides to open a restaurant in the UK. How did that work for you, or what advice would the two of you, or would you give, for example, to Vasco, should he decide to come and open also in London?